So hello Pisces, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today. It is a general message, so take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. If it doesn't, there are plenty of other beautiful readers on YouTube doing 2020 predictions right now that might resonate more with your vibe. Okay? If you're not familiar with me or the channel, I do use profanity. I talk about adult things. I do not sugarcoat or filter my messages. Ever. So if that is not your thing, you have kids around, or you just don't appreciate that kind of a reading, respectfully, I get it. I'm always giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, we're getting into your message. The overall theme for your 2020 year. We have big, bold vision, her golden grace with Goddess Lakshmi and Dendric Agate. And adjustments are required with third quarter moon. Pisces. The universe understands your soul wishes. It hears your prayers, whether it's to be loved, whether it's to have a partner that provides the same amount of time, energy into a relationship that you do, finding someone like you. No matter what your big vision is, if you want to create a whole new career path, start your own business, own your own home, whatever it is, the universe knows what you're wishing for from your heart space. It's asking you to hold that vibration that it's possible and trust that it might not come about the way you thought, with who you thought, by means that you thought, like whatever it is that you assumed, okay? The third quarter moon, we have 12 of them every year. Okay, so this is not a specific, moon throughout the year. This is something that we experience on a pretty much a monthly basis. It's about knowing what's manifesting for you in your highest good and knowing that certain things need to be removed in order to create it. I feel like in order to achieve your biggest soul wishes, in order to achieve the manifestation of what your healed self looks like, you're going to be going through many adjustments, multiple adjustments, letting certain belief systems go, letting certain people go, letting certain environments go, habits go, whatever it is throughout the year, in order to get you in alignment with your heart's true desires, your soul wishes. All right, the universe is going to be working with you, and we're going to get into each of these monthly breakdowns in order to help you achieve your dream, okay, the true dream, your authentic path, that dream. And it's not necessarily going to be the most comfortable, but it's going to be the most beneficial in the long run, okay? There are many ups and downs throughout the month, or rather throughout the year, okay? And there's definitely some months that we're going to talk about because foresight, right? Insight is priceless. Knowing that you're getting this reading in advance, knowing that certain things are going to be popping up for you, could help you out a lot. Because Pisces, you're known for being highly intuitive, highly receptive, as well as extremely indecisive. And it gets you sometimes. Indecision, right? It is not your friend. It's a part of your shadow attribute. So, Pisces deals with a lot of self-sabotage in that regard. And so it's going to be addressed in this reading. And I hope that with this insight, you can create the best year of your life, a solid foundation moving forward for whatever it is that your soul is truly manifesting for you to experience in your highest good. Getting into the overall tops and bottoms, the primary deck, the top of the deck is the Knight of Wands, and the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Coins. This is about making a genuine effort to be and live authentically, to not sacrifice your peace, your joy, or your happiness in any way, shape, or form for others, no matter who those others are. Making a genuine effort to stand in your authenticity and not break. You have to do what you have to do for you in order to maintain your energy in a clear vibration and nothing short of it. With the clarifying deck, we have the 10 of Cups on top and the Hanged Man on the bottom. This is using a new perspective on how to manifest your emotional fulfillment. This is letting go of everything you think you should do, who you're meant to entertain, who you're meant to help, who you're meant to whatever for, and truly just being yourself. If the answer is no, it's no. If you don't want to, you don't want to. If you do, you do. And if you don't, you don't. It's that simple. Allowing yourself to make that conscious effort to listen to your heart space is going to give you the greatest fulfillment you can ask for. Okay, the greatest fulfillment that you can ask for. This is 10 of Cups fulfillment that's coming with a new perspective that you don't have to please anyone but yourself. It's not selfish. It's self-loving, and self-love ripples and teaches others how to love themselves more, how to do the same thing, how to create peace, happiness, joy in their own experience, not sacrificing their energy or draining their energy for anything. This is your challenge for the 2020 year. Don't drain yourself for others, and allow the universe to bless you with the best possible outcome for it. That's big. All right. Getting into the months. January, we have the 8 of Swords with the 2 of Coins in the reverse. So coming out of 2019 and going into January, you might really feel trapped in your headspace, knowing that you can't keep doing something. Okay, you can't juggle it anymore. You're standing in front of the Golden Gate. You're standing before what is essentially your heaven, your rising, your dawn, and it's in the reverse because of this mental imprisonment, this mental trap that you've put yourself in that you don't need to be in, because you're not actually obligated to anything. You don't have anything to fear. You don't have anything to worry about or anyone to worry about. You have no reason to doubt your intuitive sensing. And the more you allow yourself to be in that vibration, you're not able to walk through those golden gates. Okay. Moving into February, we continue with that 2 of Coin, still in reverse. Knowing something's got to give, something's got to go, something's got to be dropped. It's juggling. You might be even just juggling your peace of mind with the peace of mind of others, support of yourself or support of others, trying to juggle these things. And you know that you can't do this. You just simply have to support yourself. And so we get the Fool as the clarifier. And the Fool card as the clarifier. I think that especially if you have strong Tarian placements, because this specific deck, he has the bull on the crest above his head. You might have a strong Taurus placement. This is not being attached to the notion that you have to give or provide or create or hold on to anything in the physical, that you can allow transformation to occur and simply just let things go, whether it's actual objects or people or environments. Truly not juggling. And I think with with that Two of Coins in the reverse energy mirroring from January to February, it might be a really hard end of the winter season. You know what I mean? It's cold, you're stuck in the house, you're in your head. You know what I mean? It's not the kind of thing where you could just distract yourself and be busy and go outside and, go places. Maybe there's a ton of snow out there and you don't want to drive in it, whatever the case. And I think you're just doing a lot of reflection. And know that you need to take off whatever mask you need to take off and really get down to the nitty gritty, get down to the core of things, get down to the structure, the bone of it, going really deep in order to see where the flaws in your behavior patterns or interactions have been. Going into March, we get the Strength card with the Star card. And this is major. Okay. Once you come out of that Fool energy from February, in March we have Strength. And in this particular deck, I'm always hearing clear your throat, right? Remove the hairball from the cat's throat. It's like coughing up a hairball. You just have to spit it out. It might not be pleasant. It might be gross. It might be upsetting. It might stink. It might whatever. Nobody might want to actually hear it or receive it. But you still need to clear your throat. You still need to let it out. You still need to say it. Whatever you're feeling, Pisces, you need to say it. Because if you're not saying it and it's causing you to be upset, it's causing you to ruminate, it's causing you stress, it's causing you anxiety, it's causing you to feel like crap or feel bad about yourself or whatever, you have to speak up very, very clearly. With the Star card, this is what's aligning you with your soul wish. She has the bow and arrow on her back and in her hand, and when you think about bow and arrows, it's very Sagittarian in its energy, and that Sagittarius is a very far shooting, high goals, clear aim, shoot for the biggest possible, best beneficial outcome. It's that kind of energy. It's hitting the target. The Star card with Strength is hitting the target. When you allow yourself to speak up and you don't allow yourself to be a doormat for other people's bullshit, you're not bearing their crosses. It's not your responsibility. It doesn't even matter if they're your kids or your partner or whoever. Their crosses to bear are not yours. They're not yours. And you speaking up about what would make you feel better is the most beneficial thing that you can do for yourself. And so come March, that's the big deal. Speaking up, speaking clearly, putting your ego to the side, the party that says, well, you have to be this person for them, and you have to be, in this role, and you have to be strong, and you have to be proper, and you have to keep your voice down because it's library voices kind of thing, fuck the rules. This is a moment where Pisces says, fuck the rules, fuck the program, fuck the paradigm, fuck all that shit. I'm just going to speak what the fuck I need to say, and I don't care how anybody takes it because I can't keep this in anymore. I can't keep this in anymore. It feels like crap. And so Pisces lets it out. They let it out. And that's what starts the ball rolling. As we move into April, we get the High Priestess in the reverse on the front face with the Six of Cups. Now, this is interesting, Pisces, because the way that I see the High Priestess in the reverse, this is actively blocking out your intuition, actively blocking out the guidance that you're getting from Spirit. So if you let all of this shit out in March, you might seriously be questioning yourself. You might feel terrible about it. What did I do? What did I say? Who did I hurt? You might seriously be going back and forth, right? Indecision in your mind when it comes to soulmate relationships, people that you've been connected to from past lives with the Six of Cups, right? Holding back knowing that friends or family or loved ones, you don't actually want to hurt them, right? Because you're a very compassionate sign, very emotional, and you didn't actually want to hurt anybody. And so you're blocking out your intuition that was letting you know you had to say what you had to say. You had to do what you had to do. Like, it's okay. Pisces is second guessing themselves. And it's only a matter of time, right? Because she's holding an hourglass. If you go back on what you felt, if you try and make it right and revert back into old patterns, like where you're spoiling people or being there over being there for people, or, you're self-sacrificing, it's only a matter of time before the dragon inside comes up and roars again, because Pisces is frustrated with the way they're being treated or the way they're being taken advantage of or not considered. Okay? It's only a matter of time before that dragon comes back up to get you or whoever your target is. And so, Pisces, indecision is not your friend. Indecision is not your friend. All right, if that's the case, and maybe you just don't like being in the dark. Maybe when you blow up at people and they're not talking to you the same way, or they're not there for you the same way, or they're not there even more than they weren't before, and you feel bad, you feel like you don't know what's going on, and maybe it worries you because you do care about them. They are soulmates. They are past life relationships, or very strong soul connections, and it bothers you. It does. It bothers you. So come May, we get the Ace of Cups with the Magician. The Ace of Cups in the back face, there's a knight on his white horse, and he's coming forward to this goddess energy on, this fountain. And I feel like you definitely want to apologize. You want to reach out. You're deep in your feels, and I think you're manifesting things with this Magician energy from your heart space, from your truth, because I think, as much as you might have put other people off or off-put them, with your behavior or your choice of words, I think that in your heart of hearts, you really do want to be involved in their lives, or their experience, and being on the outs is not what you want. Pisces doesn't really like being alone at all. I mean, even their sign is the two fishes tied together. Like, Pisces does not like being alone. They can do it, but they don't like it. They don't like feeling like no one's there and no one cares. So, Pisces, in May, I think you're really contemplative. Whatever blew up in March, I don't think is completely healed over yet. But I think you might want to be the one that breaks the ice, or feel like you have to. Maybe you feel like you have to because they're not. If that's not a sign that they're not considering you, or a sign that, maybe you put too much in, I don't know what is, because you're the one that blew up, and then 2 months later, you're the one that thinks you have to reconcile it, when maybe you truly did blow up for a reason, right? Like, let's not lose sight of it, okay? Because moving into June, we have the Seven of Cups, which is typically a very confused, foggy energy, with the Nine of Swords, which is, nightmares, high anxiety, living in a nightmare. And I think you see it as the only way, right? Because the Seven of Cups in this face is about the only way. There's only one option. Like, there's all these other options that you can pick, but there really is only like one, choice in your mind. The problem is that one option that you think is the best option, which might be moving forward and offering some kind of reconciliation, some kind of light, being shed on things, is actually like the nightmare move, okay? Because you're trying to control it. This was going back to the original theme, like having to not control things, letting the ego go, letting, titles or labels, go, and just being in your feelings. Knowing that if you reopen certain doors, or if you make the first move, or you say the first whatever, that it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. The Seven of Cups with the Nine of Swords is like putting blinders on to your intuition and doing what you think is best instead of feeling through it first. Like, as much as you want to, remember who you are dealing with, okay? Remember why you blew up in the first place. Remember what you were juggling previously, the mental entrapment you were in previously with these people, the predicaments that you were in with them. Thinking because, maybe you haven't been in contact with them for however long that, maybe you can reach out, maybe time has passed, it can be better, yada, 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 you've been this or that, and, maybe it's just time. Don't. As we move into July with the Four of Wands and the Judgment card, the Judgment card in this deck is literally like a bat out of hell. It's a demon. It's the resurrection of a demon, the resurrection of darkness, the shadow. And it's clarifying the Four of Wands. So you might have this vision, right? This big, bold vision of this beautiful, happy family, stable environment, joy state, all of these things that you want, but the demons are being pulled up to the surface when you reopen that door. If you reopen that door before someone is ready, that light tends to go out rather quickly. The sun sets on it rather quickly. And it's fucking painful. Okay. In August, we have the King of Cups in the back face with the Queen of Swords in the reverse. In August, the King of Cups is very emotional, but he doesn't necessarily have his emotions under control. It's almost like it's a fucking game. Okay? It's like emotional games. People are playing with your heartstrings. Okay? Or you feel as if your heartstrings are being played with in general because you want to be a part of something that you're just not fitting in. You're just not fitting in because I feel like whatever you're trying to fit in is damaged in some way. There's a lot of shadows, right? There's a lot of shadows involved with it. With the Queen of Swords, your dragon's back. Okay, the dragon is back. It's backing you 100%. The Queen of Swords in the reverse is someone who is completely tactless in what they say. They are cutting with their words to the point that they don't care who they hurt or what happens. Like, they do not care. So be aware. You are setting yourself up for failure when you overthink things and stop just feeling clearly, because it blows up. Okay, it blows up again in August. I feel in your heart of hearts, you want to be free. You want to enjoy life. You want to have people that emotionally support you. You want to have solid connections. You want to be transparent and clear with how you talk to people and have them be clear and transparent with you. This is a complete emotional disaster and communication breakdown. Okay, August is a mess. That's just the way I'm feeling, Pisces. It is a fucking mess. And it's an avoidable mess. You didn't have to reopen that door. As much as you were contemplating it for months, like, you did not have to reopen that door. You shouldn't have reopened that door. When you reopened that door, what was on the other side of that door was a fucking nightmare. Okay. Moving into September, we get the moon in the back face with the Seven of Coin. Trying to resurrect something with love energy. Trying to resurrect something with life force energy. Getting back into that Taurean energy that I'm just being pulled back to from February. It's almost like offering gifts, because you could see how the the woman on the moon card, she has this elixir of life and the light within, right, in her hands. And there's this eclipse energy, and it's like you're not seeing something. There's a big hole, a big void that's not being addressed. And the Seven of Coins, you can see that dragon still very present behind her. And it's almost like, what the fuck? I think someone, after you blow up, is knocking on your door, almost as if they've risen from the dead, right? They've come back, and you're like, how? After I've blown up like I did, could you come back and knock on my door? After all that, like, because now you've hurt me like multiple times, and it's big, deep hurts, right? And they knock on your door, and you answer, dragon ready, daggers ready, and they're offering, maybe they're offering love, maybe they're offering a truce, maybe they're offering some kind of energy back to you. I think there's a motive, Pisces. There's a motive. The motive, gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just pulling messages from Spirit. I think the motive is the holidays coming up. Like, the holidays are coming close. Taurian energy has money. Taurian energy has things. They gift. They're very generous. I think whoever you're dealing with is telling you what you want to hear, or offering you what they think you want to be offered in order to get whatever they can get from you for the holidays. They know you're very emotional. They know you're very deeply caring when it comes to certain things, and that you do have a lot of love for them, because we don't blow up in anger at people we don't give a shit about. We blow up in anger at the people we care about the most. So I think when you completely lose your shit, they're like, well, fuck. Because Pisces was actually helping me out a lot, and it's getting closer to the holidays. Pisces. In October, you have to reinvent yourself. This is the Page of Wands with the Page of Cups. Very early stages of balance within the self, fire, water. But it's very childish or immature, in the sense that I think you think you're coming from a balanced place. I think you think that it's working out. I think that you're being led to believe that all is well. And really, you're just leaking money now. Because you could see in this reinvention of the self, you're not showing your face. You're coming back out from the ashes. It's very, very, very young page energy, and you're leaking money again. Like, you think you're coming out stronger than before, and you're already leaking. You're already leaking energetic currency, whether it's love currency, financial, like money currency, time, being present for someone. You're leaking your energy. Okay. Trying to be reborn into this, and you're leaking energy. In November, I think you realized that this new beginning was conditional, and it was based around money. I think you're realizing that. And that fucking hurts with the 8 of Cups. That you need to move forward, because love based on condition is bullshit. Love based on condition is bullshit. It's a what can you do for me in my life that benefits me, and I'm only gonna, give back what, I feel is warranting what you're asking for. It's like, Like, you want time, you want consideration, you want love, energy, and someone wants money and things. And realizing that that's what this is, that this is a relationship that's conditional, that's based on money, I think you're feeling really hurt. I think you're feeling really hurt that you're being taken for granted or looked at as a fucking wallet when you're a person and you have feelings and you care about them and you're not getting that back. It's just like huge, tumultuous, dark thoughts. Okay. The 8 of Cups in this deck. This is wounded maternal energy. This is feeling very left out in the cold, like you have nothing left, you have no armor, you have no defense, like you completely shot yourself in the foot going back into this relationship with them. Like, they knocked on your door, you started leaking money, and then it hits you 2 months later that that's all it fucking was, because you're right back into the same patterns that you were with them before. And now it's the holidays. And they're expecting things of you. They're expecting you to be there. They're expecting you to show up. They're expecting you to put out. They're expecting you to spend. There's conditions. There's conditions to you being in their life and vice versa. It doesn't feel good, Pisces. In December, we get the Queen of Swords in the reverse and the back face again. Again, the Queen of Swords in reverse again. And it comes out clarified by the Ten of Swords. Pisces, you're putting an end to this once and for all. You're putting an end to this once and for all. You are, in December, the epitome of the Ice Queen. The epitome of cold and sharp. I think you are ending these self-sabotaging cycles. I think your demons are running rampant. I think you are absolutely triggered as fuck in December. I think you're letting it all out. I think there's no stone left unturned. I think that your angels are absolutely supporting you in this, because if you take a look at the Ten of Swords, there is a very beautiful white angelic wing peeking out from the sidelines that you can't see the rest of the angel. You can only see their wings. And the demons are there. And I think you are using your darkness to fight darkness. Whatever the darkness is in other people, you're using your own shadow to completely bury them. I think you're fighting darkness with darkness. You're fighting ice with ice. Like, if you're dealing with cold, manipulative, conditional, loving people, you are giving them cold and conditional. Like, you will not get shit from me unless I get what the fuck I want. And if I want love and respect and I want consideration and I want you to fucking give a shit and you don't, then I'm not giving you anything. It's that kind of energy. It's like, you don't care who they are. You don't care who they are. If you're not getting what you deserve, all the love that you put out, all the consideration that you put out, all the effort that you've made all year you've been making this effort. It goes right back to the underlying energies from the overall tops and bottoms with that 8 of coin. Making an effort to be your authentic self. You've gone through all of this shit, all of it, all year. This back and forth. Do I keep them in my life? Do I cut them out of my life? I feel bad. I miss them. I really do care about them. Maybe I'll just, reconcile and apologize and we could start over, throwing back into the same cycle, same program. I think Pisces, your overall energy for the year, adjustments are required. You've got to understand, if you want a happy life, a happy family with people that love you and consider you, you just have to cut the bullshit out and leave it out. I think you have to cut the bullshit out and leave it out. Truly. Anybody who respects you and considers you and wants to be in your life will always show up, and you won't have to buy them anything. You won't have to provide anything but yourself. They just love you because you're you. And if they don't, it's not because you're not lovable. It's because they're fucked up people who don't know how to love themselves and respect other people who give a shit about them. They're healing. It's not your fault. It's not your fault at all that people are who they are. Because even if they're our kids, even if they're our partner, right, our spouse or our best friend, whoever they are, you were not there every single second of every single day of their experience. You don't know what their healing is. You don't know the extent of their own astrology, what their chart holds, their natural energies. You don't know why the universe sent them into your experience, for what lesson to learn. All you know is your experiences with them don't feel good. Your experiences with them consistently don't feel good, and the divine is asking you to let it go. Let them go. Let them figure out why the people that love them the most are leaving them. Because they're inconsiderate assholes. Let's be real. Because it looks, Pisces, like you've been nothing but considerate, nothing but kind, nothing but open, trying to voice, how they're treating you hurts you because you don't deserve it, and they just keep shitting on you. They just keep shitting on you. So in order to attain emotional fulfillment, going back to the overall themes, right? 10 of Cups. In order to get that emotional fulfillment in the highest, you needed a perspective shift. Maybe your emotional fulfillment doesn't come from these people or these environments. Maybe it comes from you cutting them the fuck off and allowing the universe to bring it into you in another way. Surrendering and being receptive. And if you want a happy, healthy, whole family, that's what the universe will provide for you in a way that is not traditional or a way that you didn't expect. If you want your dream career and you're dealing with these assholes at work over and over and over all year, maybe it's just fucking time to get a new job. If it's your partner and you've been going back and forth and you have this commitment with them and you realize that everything you're doing is just falling on deaf ears and nothing's changing, it's time to walk. Maybe it's time to say, I want a divorce and move on, because this person is just not giving you what you're giving them. All right, take it how it resonates. You know exactly how this is going to fit for you. You're going around and around in cycles. And so the universe, every time you blow up, it gets worse than the last time. To the point that you might actually physically stress yourself out into exhaustion. You can make yourself sick. All right? It could literally be taking a toll on your physical health, dealing with people like that. So the universe is like, listen, put your energies into the people, places, experiences that are already feeding back joy and consideration to you, and fuck the rest. All right? Insight is priceless, Pisces. Take this knowledge, understand your shadow, and know that you can choose in advance how you're going to handle certain things and certain people, and not put yourself in situations where you're blowing up worse than last time and you're not leaking out energy, money, whatever it is. You're not leaking energy because people are taking you for granted. They're just taking you for granted. I hope it helps. I hope it helps. I really look forward, Pisces, to doing your monthly readings this year. I will make sure that we can get the best advice out there, the best insight out there for you, throughout the 2020 year with this kind of a process, because this is rough, Pisces, all right? This is rough. I mean, it doesn't have to be rough. It doesn't have to be rough. You could take this kind of a reading, it fucking resonates, and you're going to make that choice right now, New Year's resolution. You will not be walked on. You will not be taken advantage of, and you will not leak your energy out for people who don't deserve your energy. You can make that choice right now and spare yourself a whole lot of shit. Okay? You can reach your emotional fulfillment early on and start discovering what makes you happy without these energies in your aura, and create better and allow yourself to receive the bliss state from the universe, the wish from the universe that you had to feel all of the things you want to feel and experience all that you want to experience in your highest light, right? What you really do wish for. So if you want more from me, all of my information's in the description. You can follow me in the Ascension Team and the Greater Holistic Community on Facebook. You can follow me at Divine Rebel Readings on Facebook. Until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing off. Remember, always love each other, and most importantly, love yourself. Bye.